All right, I'm working on this Honda HRC 16. Guy told me the clutch was bad, so I'm taking it off. We're gonna use this crank puller. This from Harbor Freight. This was 20 or 30 bucks. I use it for my truck when I had to take the harmonic balancer off. So we're gonna use it on this. And the goal here is just gonna be get a little pressure on it and then hit it. You don't wanna just impact this. So, looks like our clutch shoes are in decent shape. It could either be a bad spring, and I think this cable may be stuck. We're gonna figure this out. I'm not gonna spend more than $30 on this mower. If it's gonna cost more than that, I'm gonna junk this. I got it, I traded an old junky mower for it, and it's not really worth fixing. So, let's give it a shot here. All right, here's what we got. Got this on here pretty tight. I'm just gonna try and whack it with a hammer. Got this off here. That's pretty easy to do with this tool. And spring looks good, clutch looks good. So the thing that's broken here is that this isn't moving. This cable isn't moving. I'm gonna look for some form of an adjustment. I'm gonna try and move it up with some PB blaster, get that working. So if I can get this fixed for free, then we've definitely got some money left in the budget for an airbox on this. This would be a good lawnmower for somebody. This one's gonna be a hard maybe on if I do decide to fix it or not. The cables, there's two cables that are bad on it. This one here, and then this one is bad. See? There's a lot of cables on this lawnmower. Look at that. So this one here is good. And the self-propelled stuff is all good, that works. It's just the throttle control that's broken. And the blade clutch. Those are important. I'm gonna look online and see if I can find those, but if not, this one's gonna get parted out on eBay, most likely. We'll see. On to the next one. I wanna see if I can get it to run. That would tell me a lot about it. I'm just gonna check this before I start it. Dirty, but it's there. The throttle cable's broken, so I just jammed those in there, just put it about, I don't know, give it a little throttle. We're gonna be using carburetor clean to start it, not brake clean this time. So you make sure it's not, should just start. Phone cut off, but let's do that again here. That's good, that's fine. We'll send that. Since that runs so well, it'll all be down to whether or not I can get parts for this. I'm gonna post on a Facebook group and see if anybody's parting one out. Check on eBay. So I really need this airbox and I need those cables. And if I can't get them for under 30 bucks or 40 bucks for all of it, I'm not gonna do it. I don't know what this mower's worth, but it's old and it's pretty beat up, so it can't be worth a ton. All right, let's mess with this Toro now. This came from the same guy. He's a pretty cool dude. He's 16 years old into lawnmowers. I'd say he's a pretty good mechanic, seems like. He got this Toro, he put a carburetor on it, still doesn't run right, he said. So, let's mess with this. I've got a few things it could be, I'm thinking. The number one thing, maybe an air leak or carburetor, you know, something with the carburetor. It is a Chinese car, but I'm just gonna go through it. You can never, you know, he did seem like he's a good mechanic, but everybody makes mistakes. There might be some kind of error around there. We're gonna look at that. Then it could be something with the valves. We could have a burnt valve, could need a lap of valve in. But it could also be like a slightly sheared flywheel key. You know, you get a really bad sheared key and it, I'm not a huge fan of this here, but it'll kind of throw the rope out of your hand. A slightly sheared one will just cause it to, you know, kind of run a little different timing. Like, think you put a timing belt in your truck and you're off a tooth, right? It's not gonna run right, it'll still run, but something be wrong. So we're gonna start with the carburetor. I'm gonna just throw some starting fluid in this just to make sure it runs, because I don't really trust this here. That's, I don't know, it feels like it's working, but oh well, let's see if it'll run. Yes, I did check the oil. Not great, but there's oil in there, whatever. It's a lawnmower, not a spaceship, as Toro would say. See if I can do this here with one hand holding the camera. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with this lawnmower. I'm gonna put some gas in it and we can go out and mess with it a little bit, but I don't think there's anything wrong with this mower. The self-propelled might not work, but shoot, fix this, throw a battery in it, clean it up, pressure wash it, sharpen the blade. It's a $200 mower in the springtime. Yeah, this mower's fine. I'm just gonna go through it, do the basic stuff, you know, change the oil, sharpen the blade, pressure wash it, and I wanna kind of grease. I noticed, like, I peeked in here and there was no grease on these gears for the self-propelled. So I want to make sure there's grease in there, and then I'm going to sell this mower. Probably do that in the springtime. This one here, you know, it'll be fine. The clutch is stuck on, so when you pull this, the blade spins no matter what. So I'm just going to fix the air box, change the throttle cable, and you know, do the same thing, clean it up, sharpen the blade, change the oil, and just sell it as is. You don't really need this here. It'll be for somebody, not like a kid mowing with it, like, I don't know, a commercial guy that just uses it as a trimmer. I'll probably put them for $150 each. But this one's still up in there whether or not I can find these parts, because this model here, the HR15, it's not an HR16. HRC 16, whatever that is. It's an HR15, but it's got a 5 horsepower engine on it. It's called the Masters. It's kind of a specific mower. It didn't seem like they made very many of them, so parts for it are kind of hard to find.